What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing 3 Doors Down Kryptonite. We're going to learn those 2 riffs I just played. It's going to be in standard tuning, so go ahead and grab your acoustic or your electric and let's get started. Okay, for this song we're going to be using 3 chords. It's going to be a B minor, a G major, and an A sus2. I'm going to explain all 3 of those as we go along. So, for the first chord we got this B minor. And the way you play this one is going to be, first finger is going to be fret 2, string 5. 1 fret up, 2 fret up, 1 string up. Ring finger is going to go right here, fret 4, string 4. Pinky is going to be attached right under it on fret 4, string 3. So you want to make sure these 2 are together. Don't try to have them spaced out like that. I see a lot of people do this when they're learning. Make sure they're kind of like tied at the hip. So now, after those 3, we got this middle finger, fret 3, string 2. Right there. So we got 5, 4, 3, 2. That's your chord. You want to get used to that kind of chord. This is a minor chord, and you can play this minor anywhere, so it's a good shape to know. So 5, 4, 3, 2. Then we're going to go back down. 3, 4. And then open. Let me re-explain that. So first thing, 5, 4, 3, 2. 3, 4. Then open on the 3. The open on the 3 is the only one that's open, and you let go of the whole chord because you're going to make a jump to the next position. But before we do, let's get comfortable with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, open. Notice once again, right when I hit that open, I let go of the chord because now I'm going to transition. And I'm going to be going into this G chord, but I'm not going to be playing the whole G chord. I am only going to be playing the bottom half, so I'm not going to really worry about these 2 fingers on the top end for now. G chord, middle finger, fret 3, string 6, first finger, fret 2, string 5, and then you're going to play those in order, 6, 5, and then 4th string and 3rd string are open. But the trick to this riff, guys, is that you want to make sure you always hear ringing as you transfer chords. So watch how I transfer from 1 to 2. So first chord. You hear how I'm carrying over the notes from one open note at the end of chord 1, which is that G note, to the beginning of chord 2, which is that G chord, and I keep it all ringing. That is what's most important for this riff. If you're going stubbing the notes up, and obviously that's a dramatic way, but if you were to not carry the last note like this, it stands out. So that is the hardest part about this riff, is the transitions where everything is nice and clean. So the way I like to do it is I'll get that middle finger down first as that last note is ringing from the first chord, which is that G string. So you hit the open G, get that middle finger down, add the first finger into the rest of them. So see how that carries over a lot cleaner now. Do that at a comfortable speed, and then you'll worry about picking up your speed later. So now, we've got the G chord. Now, same thing from the G chord into the next chord. You want to carry it over, which we'll practice in the end. So, the next chord is an A sus2. We're going to be adding that B string, which is why we call it a sus2. So now, an A chord would normally go like this, with these 3 fingers or these 3 fingers. The only thing you need to do to make it a sus chord is you take off whatever finger you have on the 2nd string. So I like to play my A major chord like this. And if you're not familiar with A major, it's going to be open on the 5th string. You don't play 6. Open on the 5th. 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret for strings 3, 2, 4, 3, and 2. And then open on the 1st, but we're not going to worry about that now. So once again, A major is like this. To make it A sus2, take that pinky off. Okay, so 2nd string open, you're going to play 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. That's it. And they're single plucked. So, got it? So now when I'm coming off of this G chord, I need to worry about hitting that A string open while keeping this last note from the G chord open. So now as I hit it, that's pretty simple, but now you got to get these two fingers down in the chord before they're played. Now some people can only put one finger at a time, some people can play this no problem, but the idea is the transitions, once again, take it nice and slow, work these steps. So if I'm working position chord 2 to chord 3, first thing, open A, then that finger, this, open. If you can't do that and you can get all fingers down at one time, notice I still put these down after I hit the A note open, because that's what's going to allow it to ring. If you're just jumping over when you're not needed yet, you have a higher probability of making a mistake or cutting off a note. So putting that all together for the first riff, ringing out all the notes, taking this nice and slow. It's gonna look something like this. Sorry, it's getting hot where I live, so starting to sweat more. I'm gonna have to turn on that AC. So here we go. B minor. G. A note. Now notice I went back to the beginning. Same thing applies. From that A sus2. When I hit that last note, you got to get that first note of that first chord now. So it doesn't even matter in the beginning if you set up and you get your chord right, because when you come back to the beginning, you're going to have to learn to sequentially put them down in order. So there's a lot of cleaning up to do with these single plucks on this riff, guys. So once again, okay guys, so now we're going to play that chord strumming pattern. Okay, so for this one, same chords. I'm going to vary the G chord a little bit now, but we'll get there when we do. So for this first chord, you're going to want to look at this as you have a bass note or a pedal tone, and then you play the rest of the chord on top of it. So for the B minor chord, you're going to have that A note, which is your first finger on the 5th string. You're going to pluck it individually, then down, up, down for the rest of the chord. Now, if you add that A note into with the rest of the chord strum, that's fine. It's not a big deal. But you want to make sure it sounds nice and clean like this. Okay, so down on the A note, down, up, down for the rest of the chord. No 6th string. So that's going to repeat twice per chord. That's nice and clean. Now, once again, with this one, it all matters on the transition. When you get to the G chord, you got to hit that bass note first and then add the rest of the chord. Same strumming pattern through the whole thing. Now, with this G chord before, we had it no fingers down. But for this chord, now we add the fingers. So G chord, same thing. You got 3rd fret, 6th string, 2nd fret, 5th string, open on the 4, open on the 3. But now I like to play my G chord where I add an extra D on top, where I add the ring on fret 3, string 2. And then, of course, you have your pinky on the G note, which is fret 3, string 1. Okay, so you play like that. If you don't add the pinky or the ring finger, sounds a little bit more open. Either one are fine. I prefer it with the ring finger. So, coming from the first chord. First note, chord. Now notice on this one, I'm only going to do it one time instead of 2. First chord was twice. Again. Transition note. Only once. And now we're going to go to that A sus2 chord. Got to get that A note first. Add the rest of the chord. So let's just practice up to there so you can get that idea. So 2 times in the beginning. Transition. 1 time. Transition. See how I have to hop to the next chord before by using that bass note? I'm going to shut up this time around and let you hear it. Now, when you get to that chord and you feel good about it, once again, this one as well is only strummed through one time, just like the G. Now you got to get back to the first chord, which is B minor. So now I got to get that bass note first, add the rest of the chord. So from the A minor, or the A sus2. Now notice how I did that transition. Once again, first note, add the rest of the chord. That is the trick for both of these riffs. Okay, so if you take anything from this video, make sure it's how you're transitioning to make this right. Once again, before we call it a day, oh, I made a mistake in there on that last chord. Let's try that one more time. Alright guys, that is it for this guitar lesson video. I hope you enjoyed it as always. And if you need more help with this song, composition lessons, theory lessons, piano lessons, I do all that good stuff, you could reach me at mountainsideguitar.com. Thank you for watching this guitar lesson video, and I'll see you on the next one.